So in this video, we're going to be talking about New Zealand's first COVID case. First recent COVID case came from people visiting from the UK, and it's important not to blame these people. It's, the circumstances they went to New Zealand. Um, it's very dire. So if we look at this article, New Zealand has 2 confirmed new cases of coronavirus, ending a 24-day run of no new infections. The cases relate to 2 women from the same family, both of whom who travelled from the UK and were given special permission to visit a dying parent. Health Minister David Clark said the necessary checks had not been taken place and was suspending compassionate exemptions to the quarantine rules. So what happened is 2 people from the UK were given special exemptions to visit their dying parent. And they came from the UK. And so what happened was, because they were given special dispensation, I don't think they were tested on entry, and that's what's caused the issue here. So all arrivals are supposed to be tested for COVID-19 and have to go through a 14-day period of isolation. Exemptions can be granted, and Dr. Ashley Bloomfield, New Zealand's Director General of Health, said that in this case there had been an agreed plan. There had been an agreed plan in place as part of the approval process, including the travel arrangements. It's not known if the patients are citizens of the UK, New Zealand, or elsewhere. So it's not clear where these people, where they're originally citizens from, but they came from the UK to New Zealand. So the women, one is in her 30s and the other one's in her 40s, arrived in New Zealand from the UK on the 7th of June via Doha and Brisbane. It's a bit of a weird route to take. They stayed in a managed isolation hotel in Auckland, and on the 12th of June applied for an exemption to visit their dying parent, who died later that night. They were granted permission to travel to Wellington on the 13th of June. One of the women had mild symptoms, but put that down to pre-existing conditions. So here, this was... I understand the circumstances of having a parent who is on the verge of death, but at the same time, you had mild symptoms. This is not a journey you should have taken. They travelled to Wellington in a private vehicle and did not use any public facilities during their journey, which is a very good thing, purely because they could have spread the infection to other people. They stayed with a single family member in Wellington. That family member has now been placed in self-isolation. The women were tested on Monday and the results confirmed on Tuesday. Dr. Bloomfield added that for going forward, he had asked anyone being released for compassionate exemption to be tested and have a negative result before they are released. Mr. Clark told New Zealand media that he expected all new arrivals to be tested for coronavirus at 3 days and 12 days again, announcing that he was suspending exemptions to quarantine rules. He said compassionate exemption should be rare and rigorous, and it appears that this case did not include the checks that we expected to be happening. That's not acceptable. And the Prime Minister of New Zealand, Jacinda Ardern, said it was clear that the checks had not been done, had not been adequate in this case. And the nightmare situation for her is, after doing all that hard work initially, that they get hit with a second wave, especially when it would be people from outside the country, seeing as the country is, they can have mass gatherings now. I think there were videos of people at stadiums and things like that, and so New Zealand has gone back to sort of pre-COVID normality. So Ms. Ardern celebrated the move, but warned the country would certainly see cases again, adding that elimination is not a point in time, it is a sustained effort. New Zealand has been lauded as a success story for its handling of the virus. It was quick to close its borders, implement a strict nationwide lockdown. The newest case to New Zealand brings the current the number of cases since the outbreak began to 1,506, and the death toll remains unchanged at 22. So New Zealand have dealt with the outbreak very well, and responsibly. The Prime Minister is still being very vigilant with regards to people coming in. I mean, this was a minor slip up, I guess, but at the same time, the nightmare situation is people who are asymptomatic come in the country. To be honest, but at the same time, this person had mild symptoms, and so it was irresponsible. Like, I understand for sympathetic reasons, but there are people within the UK who have had parents that they died alone. They couldn't see their parents before they died, just to stop the spread of this virus. So I'm not going to malign these people too much, but it was irresponsible for someone who had mild symptoms, especially without getting tested, to go to another country, especially a country which was COVID-free for 24 days, to go there and potentially spread the virus amongst the native people there. And so look, I'm not going to go after him too much. It was irresponsible though, and so I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.